Under the brilliant golden light of early morning, the African savanna stretched out like an endless green silk cloth. Amidst that magnificent scene, a tiny life trembled. Elara, a baby elephant less than 6 months old. Her cries were weak, lost in the vast expanse. Not the call of a herd, but a desperate plea after losing her mother. Fear was deeply etched in her small eyes, reflecting the immensity and solitude of the world. From a distance, Ranger Asha monitored the area with her indispensable companion, Kaiser, a specially trained German Shepherd working dog. Their bond required no words. A mere glance was enough for understanding. Asha knew that the laws of nature were harsh, but she also believed in the responsibility of protecting the fragile life. Suddenly, Kaiser's ears pricked up. From within the tall grass, a golden shadow stealthily moved. Then another and another. A full pride of powerful lions with hungry eyes had encircled Elara. The peace vanished, replaced by a deadly silence. The pride began to close in, and Elara was cornered. Asha and Kaiser's eyes locked onto the scene, knowing they were the only hope left to prevent the inevitable. Asha's gaze was fixed on Elara and the lions tightening their circle. Her heart pounded, not from fear, but from the urgency of time. She knew that in this world, human intervention was sometimes seen as going against the natural order. But for Asha, that line had long been blurred. She believed that the Guardian's duty was not only to stop invisible poachers, but also to heed the most visible cries for help. She silently thought of the times she had witnessed life being unjustly taken, and Elara's distress was the catalyst that drove her to act. Asha gave a command. Kaiser instantly shifted from observation to readiness. This German Shepherd was not just a friend, but a highly trained, effective tool for protection. Unlike the ferocity of a natural predator, Kaiser embodied absolute discipline. He moved silently, low to the ground, his amber eyes scanning every blade of grass. Asha trusted Kaiser's acuity and discipline more than any weapon. She had witnessed him diverting the craftiest poachers using only his presence and precise tracking ability. They began their approach. Each step was a strategic calculation. The savanna, though beautiful, was full of thorns and thickets, making an unobserved approach extremely difficult. Asha and Kaiser had to weave through sharp acacia bushes, maintaining steady breathing, their bodies tense like bowstrings. Asha focused on the wind direction. A slight mistake in their approach could divert the lion's attention from Elara to them, turning the rescue into an unnecessary confrontation. Elara was exhausted now. The calf sank down beside a small mound of earth, her whimpering almost inaudible. The lions, with the patience of apex predators, advanced slowly, knowing time was on their side. This moment of tension only strengthened Asha's resolve. Finally, they reached the ideal cover position. Asha commanded Kaiser to hold his position. She retrieved a low-frequency sound device, designed to be irritating but harmless, with the sole purpose of disrupting the predator's focus. She took a deep breath. Her career was about building trust and connection between humans and nature, and this moment was the highest test of that belief. She had to act quickly, decisively, but above all, gently to avoid bloodshed. Both Asha and Kaiser clearly understood the mission, not to eliminate the threat, but to disperse it most effectively. Asha had no more time for hesitation. The lions had closed the distance to mere meters, and Elara had closed her eyes, accepting her fate. This was the moment she had to use both human cunning and the strength of her working partnership. Asha inhaled, then let out a loud shout, combined with the pre-prepared low-frequency sound. The sudden, jarring noise shattered the stillness of the hunt, instantly breaking the lion's concentration. These big cats were accustomed to silent stalking, not this loud and audacious human interference. They stopped, turning their heads towards the source of the sound, showing clear bewilderment. This was Kaiser's opportunity. Asha gave a command. The German Shepherd surged out from the bushes valiantly, not to attack, but to divert attention. Kaiser barked rapidly and forcefully, focusing on the periphery of the pride. The commanding, powerful bark of a highly trained protection dog caused the younger, less experienced lions in the pride to flinch. To them, a new, fast, and noisy threat appearing unexpectedly was an unnecessary risk for a meal already within reach. Asha stepped out from cover. Her direct presence, combined with her jeep behind her and her protective gear, created an overwhelming visual. She maintained intense eye contact with the lead lioness, conveying a clear message. This prey is no longer worth the trouble. This was the strategy, turning the easy hunt into a risky endeavor. One lioness hesitated, then turned her back, heading towards the bushes. The hesitation quickly spread. As the leader retreated, the others slowly dissolved their formation. They sulked away, disappearing into the green grass, defeated without a single bloody confrontation. Asha's gentle yet fierce solution had succeeded. The moment of danger passed, and the tension gave way to stillness. Asha quickly ran to Alara. The calf was still shaking, her wide eyes watching the strange woman and the shepherd dog. Asha slowly knelt, speaking in a soft, reassuring voice. She carefully placed her hand on the small, curled-up trunk. This warm and tender gesture was the first bridge of connection. Kaiser also approached, maintaining a respectful distance, but still standing in a protective stance. He cautiously sniffed Alara, conveying a silent connection. We are safe now. Alara, by animal instinct, seemed to understand. The calf slowly leaned her head against Asha's leg, seeking shelter in the new friend who had appeared just in time. The rescue mission was complete, but the journey of building trust had only just begun. After the lions retreated, the relationship between Asha, Kaiser, and Alara entered a new phase, the critical stage of building trust during the long journey to safety. Alara was still traumatized, although no longer directly threatened. The calf was weak, her body exhausted from hunger and fear. Asha knew well that her intervention did not end with chasing away predators. She had to become a temporary mother, a guide for this tiny life. The first task was helping Alara move. The calf was too weak to walk far and was wary of the jeep. Asha had to use the skills she had learned from decades of experience, patience, and empathy. She gently used a clean, water-soaked blanket to drape over Alara, helping the calf feel soothed. Asha understood that the only language Alara could comprehend right now was safety and warmth. Throughout the journey, Kaiser became the most wonderful intermediary. Initially, Alara was suspicious of the small, four-legged creature. But Kaiser, with his trained composure, maintained his protective role perfectly. He walked alongside Alara, never too close, but always close enough to be a moving shield. Kaiser did not bark or make noise. His presence was a silent promise of security. Alara gradually realized that Kaiser was not a predator, but a guardian. There were times when Alara stopped out of exhaustion, that Kaiser also lay down nearby, his head facing outwards, watching every movement on the savannah. Asha was always careful to seek out water sources and soft saplings for Alara. She knew that finding an adoptive herd was difficult and could not be rushed. The immediate solution was this dedicated care. She spent the whole night awake next to Alara, lighting a small fire for warmth and to keep other dangers at bay. In the flickering firelight, Alara closed her eyes to rest, her small body nestled against Asha's jeep tire. This was the first time the calf had found true peace since losing her mother. Asha's sacrifice and persistence, combined with Kaiser's wordless loyalty, forged an unbreakable bond. Asha no longer saw Alara as a task, but as an individual who needed love to grow. The journey across the savannah was not just a walk home, but a lesson in faith and courage. It proved that even in the harshest world, there is room for solutions born from the heart, where a female ranger, a dog, and a baby elephant found their temporary family. Weeks after the rescue, Alara had completely transformed. Life had returned vividly to her eyes. The calf was no longer timid, but full of curiosity and childlike joy. The sight of Alera playfully chasing Kaiser near the watering hole was a powerful emotional payoff, proving that Asha's intervention was right and necessary. Kaiser, a disciplined warrior, became a patient big brother, letting Alera gently prod his tail with her trunk in delight. Asha finally found a reputable wildlife sanctuary where Alera would be cared for, gradually integrated with other young elephants. This was the most gentle and sustainable solution for Alera's future. The moment of separation was quiet. Asha knelt, embracing Alera's trunk one last time. She knew that the trust she had cultivated had given Alera a second chance. Alera had learned that humans and other creatures could be a source of safety, not just fear. Ranger Asha shared her feelings with the audience through a soft yet impactful voiceover. She spoke about the meaning of being a ranger. It's not just about guarding the sanctuary borders, but about guarding the borders of compassion in the human heart. She emphasized, "We cannot save them all, but for Alera, for this one creature, our intervention created a small miracle." She believed this story was a clear testament to the power of unconditional connection, a force that could overcome all dangers and species differences. Asha believed anyone could be a hero in their own story. True strength isn't found in confronting lions, but in choosing to act with compassion. The story of Alera, Asha, and Kaiser is a reminder that courage is sometimes just showing up at the right time and loving unconditionally. If you're moved by Alera's resilience, and if you believe in the crucial role of rangers like Asha and dedicated working dogs like Kaiser who fight for these small miracles every day, please help us continue this mission. The gentle solutions to conservation issues need community support. Please hit that subscribe button to follow more stories of hope and the extraordinary connection between humans and the wild. And more importantly, click the link below to donate, even a small amount, to fund our working dog training programs and essential equipment for our rangers. Every share is an act of salvation. Thank you for being a part of this story.